Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be joined by Senator Harkin and Senator Sherrod Brown, and I want to commend them for their extraordinary leadership efforts in this endeavor. I also want to recognize Representative Joe Courtney in the House for his tireless efforts. The Stop the Student Loan Interest Rate Hike Act will accomplish two important goals: prevent the cost of college loans from doubling on millions of American students, and responsibly paying for it by closing a loophole that the GAO says is a serious problem. We are offering a short-term remedy to freeze the interest rate on subsidized federal Stafford loans for 1 year, ensuring that the federal government subsidizes students, not special interests. President Obama has called this a make-or-break moment for the middle class, and he is right. It is also crunch time for Congress, which has 66 days to act. If we don't, 7.4 million college students will see their interest rates double on July 1st. That's a lot of disappointed students and a lot of moms and dads who want their kids to go to college or to continue in college. In the past, we've gotten bipartisan support for keeping student loan rates low. More than 2/3 of Senate Republicans voted to reduce the interest rate on subsidized loans in 2007, and President George W. Bush signed this legislation into law. Now that Governor Romney has secured his nomination, it was somewhat heartening to hear him break with the Tea Party and the Ryan budget and claim he supports keeping student loans at the current interest rate. You know, although he has at times argued that student subsidies are a bad idea, he appears to be coming around to supporting what I think is a critical aspect. It's interesting to see now that if he will join us in helping make this measure law. The pay-for provision in the Stop the Student Loan Interest Rate Hike Act closes a GAO-identified loophole and will apply only to a very small subset of Chapter S corporations that are being essentially used to avoid employment taxes. And it only impacts those limited S-corp filers with incomes over $250,000 filing jointly, or $200,000 for single filers. The GAO found that in the 2003 and 2004 tax years, individuals used this loophole to underreport over $23 billion in wage income. And the median underreported amount was $20,127. For some students, that would cover tuition. In fact, in Rhode Island, the university, our tuition is about $13,000 a year. Now, when Governor Romney was governor of Massachusetts, he also dealt with S-chapter corporations. According to the Boston Herald, when Mitt Romney became governor in 2003, subchapter S corporations that were owned by Massachusetts Business Trust were taxed at 5.3%. By the time Romney left office, the tax rate on those corporations had climbed to 9.8%, and Romney declared the tax increase to be merely, quote, closing loopholes, end of quote. Again, I hope Governor Romney will stand with us and be consistent in that view also. Both parties have to work together to find a fair and rational way of keeping the student loan interest rate in check. We need to have the will to do this. Helping families pay for college is a smart investment in our future and our competitiveness. It's in our national interest to keep student loan rates low.